I know it was all set up. It's a problem, but there must be something that triggered it.
Well, the only thing I know that when they gave the petition, they had a 2 weeks ultimatum, and because it didn't meet the 2 weeks,
Mhm.
within the 2 weeks, that but it went overboard.
What is your frustration about that MDA?
My frustration about the MDA is that the MDA has been signed since 2013 and restated I mean, just little. Even while we're in a campaign, I thought it was not timely.
Mm.
It was not timely to extend by 25 years. I think this is some of the things that trigger what is happening.
Is it not undoable?
Well, I can say that contract, a legal document, any contract you see, there's always a clause for renegotiation, for termination, for for amendments. There's always that. So you can say it's undoable. But when the MTA was extended by 25 years,
Mm.
knowing just I think in August
Yeah.
it was extended. We were going to election in October. Pray tell me, you don't have to be a legal mind, you don't have to be a mining expert to know that it was not timely.
What do you think was the rush?
I don't know why the rush, probably. I don't know. I can say what was the rush, but it was not timely. That all I can say. Because you can be fully engaged in an election process where you know that it's a chance game, you might win or you might not win.
Mhm.
And you commit the citizens, the country by 25 extra years. I thought that was wrong. As also the MTA, especially when you're going for amendment or you're going for an extension, it should have been open to the citizenry. There should have been community engagement, extensive community engagement. That didn't happen. Yes, they went and had 1 or 2 days meeting, but for 25 years, mineral development agreement extension, I thought it should have started from the one that happened before, from the 2013.
Mhm.
Let's come on the table and see
And
what
do
was in
performance
there.
review
Yes, performance review, what was achieved, what was not achieved, why are we taking forward, and what difference
and use
do
wisdom.
we have? That didn't happen. And most of the Liberians, most of us were engaged and busy with campaign. Why they were going on with the extension? It was in time. So that is having a dark cloud over the entire extension.
I mean, there are 38 counts
Mhm.
from the protesters, from the people. And there was one particular one taken immediately yesterday. I know you were part of the delegation that went to Kinjor yesterday. What came out of that meeting?
Yesterday's meeting, we got to Kinjor again to a whole group of people led by their protest leaders and chanting Deba Moscow.
Deborah Allen, the general manager,
Deba Allen, not the general manager, the country
the country
manager,
manager. Okay.
must go. They have several, like you mentioned, 38 counts.
Mhm.
Deba issue is only one. But in their presentation and continuously, including when they came to the capital, they chanted Deba must go. If Deba doesn't leave, there will be continuous protests. But there are other key issues, and everything surrounds the non-performance of the company. According to them, not a thing. According to their statement yesterday,
Mhm.
what actually made them insist that Deba should leave? Because whenever they raise the issues of non-performance, Deba being a country manager, he engages them. And according to them, he makes promises that the company never lived up to. So those were issues. They said, well, since he's the one they face, then let him move. So they see the company non-performance as Deba's non-performance.
Mm. And being a Liberian also, Are they frustrated by the fact that he's not able to compel the company live up to some of the responsibilities
Of course, I
as
think that's the
enshrined in the
reason.
MDA?
The reason that the director said Jabba should go, why can't they say the CEO should go? So maybe it's because he's a Liberian, so they expect more of him, more from him to benefit the community, which they are not seeing.
And I understand that he has been suspended.
Yes, as a result of yesterday's meeting, the interministerial committee headed by the Internal Affairs Minister announced that they instructed
Mm,
the company to suspend Deba for 2 weeks, pending investigation in the labor and other issues outlined in the petition. Also, within 1 week, there will be a team of people from the labor ministry to go into the community to begin investigation immediately. Some of the things that the spokesman spoke about had to do with lack of safe drinking water. The hospital is virtually empty.
mm.
There's no social facilities there for them. So, in addition to all of the declarations yesterday, the company should begin undertaking a water project for the affected communities, not regular hand dug wells
Mhm.
or hand pump. It's a borehole kind of thing that he pronounced to them yesterday. So those are the immediate action. But the main actions will be into the in-depth investigation of those issues alongside the MDA to establish whether indeed these people have failed on all of this, plus physical evaluation, where they will say they perform.
But Senator, you will agree with me that there have been some gross violation of the MDA. The company is essentially refusing to do some of the things. For example, human capacity development. The company has only sent one person out for study,
That was a key issue.
and that person is not even a Kidmontinian.
That was a key issue.
So with that, now we have to face the fact that the company too has issues, and if the company cannot do what it signed up to, the company should shut down.
Well, shutting down may be the last resort. For now, it's about performance. For now, it's about how can we hold their feet to the fire and look at the MDA that our government signed with them and make sure that it is implemented fully into the letter. There are other things that are happening with other concessions that we don't stand to benefit. I just spoke about the medical facilities. We agree that it is a government responsibility to deliver health care to its people. But where a company, a concession is situated in the community, there should be a standard, a standardized hospital, not just a clinic, that is accessible to even the communities.
Yeah,
That
given the
happened
wealth that has
before.
been extracted.
No, but if we look at best practices and we look at precedents, I grew up in Mana River, Congo. As a junior high school student, I was there from elementary to junior high school. And Mana River NIOC had a very clean and big hospital, well staffed with some of the best medical doctors and high equipment. People used to come from different countries and all parts of Cape Town to access medical services in that facility.
Mm.
If you went to Firestone, Dusa, you see the same thing happen. Lamco those days operated one of the best hospitals in the country. Bomb mines, why not be MMC? Why not? So these are issues. Other companies gave funding for scholarship to train young minds. Tomorrow the minerals will be depleted. What will be left behind? What will be left behind if our young people are not trained and ready? If we don't have the infrastructures in place, what can we look at?
But you, as members of the caucus, you have the authority to compel the company do what it's supposed to do.
And that's what we are determined to do as a caucus. That's why we are fully involved in this. We are not just sitting laying back and waiting for the executive.
Because at the end of the day, your people will blame you.
And we promise that we're going to deliver on that. So we'll follow it, we'll pursue it to the end.
Do you know that any attempt to bring Deba Allen back, this will it will be a perpetual protest in Kinjor, unrest, and operations of the company itself will be stalled?
On the issue of Deba Allen position, let's leave that to the executive to investigate. And like I said, we'll follow through step by step and establish what the result will be. And our people are also waiting for the best result.
But the truth is, he is the problem. He is the problem because he's mentioned almost every a minute in their concerns. That's the truth. We have to face the fact that Deba Allen is the issue here. Now,
Well, of course,
just after the suspension was announced, there was calm.
of course, there was celebration, not just calm. There was celebration across Kinjor. But we operate in a country of laws.
Okay.
So we have to allow the legal process, the law to take its course. As a country, we sign an agreement with a company. You know, the way we treat one company will help us to access or encourage other investors to come. So on these issues, you got to be careful how you're trading. You have to trade within the law. What the law provides is what you stand by. So other investors following this issue will say, okay, if I went to Liberia to invest, I am protected. My investment will be protected. And that's why we emphasize investigation and transparent investigation. That's what we pursue. So I don't want to come and just make statement here because I'm a senator. I want to wait for the investigation result. And I'm also following through. I'm also looking at the NDA. I'm also intending to convene a meeting of the Cape Mount Bar Association.
For now.
Oh yes, they made commitment that they will allow the company to work as of now, and they are looking forward to those timelines we gave them. Timeline on the investigation of the killings that occurred, timeline on the investigation of some of the violent situation that happened in the community, including burning of house, timeline on the labor issue. There are a lot of allegations that the company brings Turkish via the Sierra Leone border and empty them into the mine and give them unskilled jobs that our people need to benefit from. If you went to Kinjor, you see the crowd of young people. You feel bad. All their stories are the same. We are here to get a job. It is the government responsibility to create the environment so that its citizens can thrive through these private sector investment and make sure that they got a job that they can take care of themselves and their family. So if that is investigated and certain to be true, we need to revisit that. Our people should have the jobs. Our people should have the job. Be a Cape Mountain, be a other Liberians. Let jobs be created for Liberians to the extent they are qualified to do. We have account. All the universities in Liberia are training accountants. They are training managers. We shouldn't be sitting and waiting for accountants to come from Turkey. Middle level managers should not come from Turkey. They should come from Liberia. That's the way the country will develop. If you don't get people,
but if that is not in the MDA,
the MDA provides for 50% top management position by this time, and by another time 70-30. The MDA provides that, and the MDA provides that Liberians, qualified Liberians, should serve as accountants, as HR managers, as I mean,
is it the case? Is it the case as we speak? Is it the case?
The investigation will provide that.
Now, another on the flip side of that, another argument from the citizens is that the presence of the AFL personnel at the mine in Kinjor is intimidating them.
Yes, they complain about that, and I've been raised that on the Senate floor. So there are also investigations into that. The security sector will be meeting, and they will get back to us on that.
Okay, let's do that for the B Mountain issue. We'll open the phone lines. Let's come to you. You are also the chair on health
Yes.
at the Senate,
Mhm.
and I know you've been following the appointment at the Ministry of Health concerning deputy deputy minister for administration, former representative Roger Doma, and assistant minister for health, Madam Martha Morris, a famous nurse in Bond County, who uh, you know uh, supporters of hers have been arguing that she was meant for that particular position. Has that conflict reached your attention as chair on health at the Senate? And why is it that none of them has gone for confirmation?
The process of nomination, appointment, and confirmation are processes that involve the executive and the legislative branches of government.
Mhm.
As chair on health, I can only take cease of nomination when the executive has written nominating some citizens to health positions to the president pro tempore.
Mhm.
After that is done, the president pro tempore communicates with my committee, the committee I chair,
Mhm.
and then I take it from there. Until that happens, I take it as the sole responsibility of the president, who is protected under the Constitution, to make these nominations. As I speak right now, I've received no nomination for those positions. Yes, I've heard in corners, I've read on social
No,
media,
on the executive page. The appointment was made on the executive, which is the authentic source of communication from the executive.
the Senate does not and act on them. When we receive letter through the office of the president pro tempore, that will be further communicated to us as health committee, then we have authority over that matter. As it is still within the president's purview to decide who becomes who. And at that point, we get involved and go ahead with the confirmation hearing.
But has that contentious issue reached your desk? Do you know about it?
I told you that it is in the on the social media, and my
Okay.
office does not operate on issues that in such on social media. It will reach my office formally and officially when it is communicated from the office of the president pro tempore. Then I become
Mhm.
authorized to get into that. If you say what I'm concerned, I am concerned that the health sector, as important
Mhm.
as it is still paralyzed in the fact that those other positions
Yeah.
that are supposed to make the ministry and the entire sector move are not in place. I'm concerned about that.
Okay.
But it is within the authority of the presidency to write the Senate and say, these are my people. And once that is done, the president pro tempore will also write me and say, Madam Chair and committee members, these are the people the president has appointed. Then we can get on to confirmation hearings
Mm.
and eventually we'll confirm them.
Yeah.
Until that is happening, we have no authority there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. And it seems applicable to Cape Mount because local government appointments are yet done. I think that has also paralyzed the local authorities, the operation of local governance in Cape Mount County. And you are a ranking member of the party, of the United Party of the government. You made a government. Are you selling the idea to His Excellency that there need to be urgent appointments of local government in Cape Mount,
The
so that
president,
in your absence they can handle some of the issues in the county?
the president knows that it is important to have every sector of the government leadership appointed. The president is going ahead according to his own timing, and he's very meticulous about it. And so I cannot rush him and say, appoint people here, appoint people there.
Mm.
We gave him the chance to evaluate those nominations here or recommendations and nominate them. Yes, it is important to have these people appointed so that the government can get in full swing. But don't forget
Mhm.
that a formation of a government doesn't take less than 6 months. No, a total formation of the government cannot take less than 6 months. Sometimes it drags up to the first year
Mm.
because it's a lot to be done. But yes, those areas that are key and need to start working need to be done rather quickly. But I respect His Excellency Joseph Numa wisdom in taking his time and evaluating whatever recommendations he have and making a decision that will work to achieve his arrest.
Your fellow senator, and interestingly from the CDC, Senator Abbott, former pro tem, graded the government 80 over 100. How do you grade your own government for the past 50 days, over a little over 50 days
So right
in
now,
governance?
so right now, creating the government is premature.
Okay.
It's really, really premature to create the government unless you want to create appointment. Yes, because that is what we are doing at the moment. Even at the Senate, we are much more engaged with making sure that the institutions begin to work by giving most of our time to confirmation hearing.
Mhm.
There are a lot of burning issues that we have raised, but the many, many confirmation hearing cannot permit us. Mind you, this is not a midterm election where the government is already in swing and then you got 15 senators elected. This is a new government that has the responsibility to appoint thousands of citizens into various positions. So it's a lot of work. Even the
But
vetting and
mm,
evaluation and then the confirmation process, sometimes the schedules bumped and we stay in hearings until 6, 7 o'clock just to make sure the government starts to work.
there are issues that you are proud of. For example, the setting up
I'm
of
proud of the caliber of people that are being appointed, cross section of people, majority young people, many women. I am so happy by that.
and the setting up of the asset recovery task force.
Well, yes, His Excellency ran on the matter of fighting corruption.
Mhm.
And it's good to institute some of these things so that we can stop this going around the cycle every time. Every time someone comes and say, "Oh, I'll fight corruption," you come, you take a seat and sit and lay back. At least when these steps are started being taken, then people will start thinking those that are now being appointed, those of us in position, that we know that at the end of our service,
Mhm.
we will be accountable to the people.
So that culture starts now.
It starts now.
What are your thoughts on war and economic crimes court?
War and economic crime court has processes too,
Mhm.
just like all the other. Sometimes when people don't understand things fully, they just jump and say, yes, it should be the way, it should be that way. I speaking here, I don't understand fully how it gets established.
Mhm.
But what I know it got a huge economic requirement to establish a court. Have we secured the funding?
But do you
Are
support the
we?
idea in the first place?
I said that. I'm a senior member of the United Party,
Okay.
and we spoke about war and economic crimes court. These are all ways to stop impunity. But to do a horror bus strategy, we need to take time systematically.
But there have been public commitments from international partners, the US, for example, to support that that initiative?
Well, that will be discussed by the executive, and at the appropriate time, it will come to the legislature, and then we'll speak to it.
No, no, you have something to add upon because the lower house passed a resolution
So
sent
it's
to you.
already in committee room, and we come on the floor. At which time we
And
will
when it comes
act.
there, what will be your personal
When it comes there, we
opinion on
will
it?
act. They will come with recommendation.
Okay.
You don't expect me to preempt what the recommendation will be. When they come with recommendations, then we will debate the issue, and then we'll vote on it.
Do you have some concerns concerning the role of the courts?
Concerning about what?
Do you have
I just said
objections?
that there's a need
Mm.
to stop the impunity, right?
Yeah.
So why should I have concern about setting on the court? If the court determines as somebody who committed one, I'm prepared to go there. And it is in the interest of people who are usually suspected to even go there and vindicate themselves. Until you are brought down guilty, you are not yet the criminal, you just a suspect. And if you don't go through the legal procedure, it may go on and on. You may be bullied and called a suspect or a criminal in our Liberian way. Once somebody accuses you of something, you automatically a criminal until you go through the legal process.
Okay, you're listening to the Super Morning Show this morning. Grand Cape Mount County Senator Madam Deba Vapla is my guest on the show this morning. My name is Vafle Kamara. We'll take some calls now, and you can ask the senator your own concerns, your own questions.
So if I may ask you, how you pronounce my first name?
Mabandi.
My first name.
Daba.
Okay. Because I heard you to say Deba.
No.
And I went a mistake on you when they said Deba. The other day when they both said Deba must go, they both say, oh, what did Daba do?
Anyway, I know my Oma from Banga, so I get based on it.
Okay.
Call us on 0800514 0770 581 and be live on the show this morning. Let's hear from this person. Good morning. Call us on 0800514 096 0800514 096 and 0770 581 and be live on the show this morning. Let's hear from this person. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. What's your name?
I'm Peter K. Benapolis, Virginia.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask the senator a question. What is made a way where Liberians can establish a company, get equipment?
You want to leave from the radio?
Is it?
Yeah, you like you having something at the back. You want to leave from the radio?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. But quickly go ahead.
Yeah, I will ask you. What there can be a way for Liberians to get equipment, train people, hire experts to mine our own gold and diamond and store it in the central as a country reserve. Then the people coming here taking our resources and leaving behind holes.
Okay.
Nothing in the country.
Okay, thank you. That the government established its own company, mining company, and operate it and put the resources in the in the reserve. Call us on 0800514 096 0800514 096. Let's hear from this person. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. What's the name?
This is the critical voice of Harrison E.S. Kumar, and I do join the conversation from Gokem.
Go ahead.
Let me say a mighty big thanks to our senator, Honorable Daba Vapla, and also the ELBC family for this critical discussion. As it relates to the topic, Big Mountain has been treating the Cape Martinian like slavery or modern slavery. Let me say to you, my brother, on numerous occasions, there are a lot of jobs at the mountain wherein the citizens of Cape Mount can do or librarians can do, but Turkish are doing it. Take a look at Go Camp.
So, but just go to the question
be
because she's spoken.
Communities. Go Camp doesn't even have a hand pump for the citizens. For the record, Go Camp, let me say, the company only gave us one pump, and then the company,
Which company? Hello.
Of providing the citizens numerous jobs. Hello.
Yeah, which company operates there?
Big Mountain.
Oh, okay. So, they seem Big Mountain.
For us, Martinian, we don't want to go with a Kinjor side. To ourselves.
I'm Edwin Barakobo calling from Kainanama Kaula District 2.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I congratulate my senator. He spoke well and God the car in the process. Once she came to rescue us, God will be with me. I only praying for her that she achieve and do the work of humanity.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's the name?
Kinjor. Once call from Bangladesh in Bonkabe.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
I want to congratulate our mother and who are working in Bonkabe too. And I also want to say thank you for that brilliant idea. You know, we have been marginalized in this country by foreigners who bring their NGOs in our country. You see, the Gokia people were marginalized in Gokia and they put in jail for years and years. They were in jail for the same situation. So we don't want these things to be repeated. Let labor be respected in Liberia. Okay. That Liberians that will be respected. They want to come on and then bring the local companies in this place and Liberians working with them. Let it be respected. Let it guard us. Let it guard.
Okay.
So the issue that going on right now, our mother is starting in this government. We want for them to take that first step and let it be things that will continue in our country. Let people respect our people.
Okay.
Let us respect our labor.
Thank you. Let's hear from this person. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's the name?
I'm Abadi Harris Jr. and I call for SKD Bolivar.
Yeah, let's hear you quickly.
Let me say thank you for the show and let me say hello or good morning to my senator. You see, I don't have a question for the senator this morning, but I have some recommendations to make. I'm a young guy who graduated from high school in 2016, and we since then haven't had the opportunity to step into the university. We trust the government, so we voted this government, and we know this government is going to deliver us. So I'm appealing to the senator to do everything in the interest of the Liberian people. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm fine. What's the name? Hello, go ahead.
I'm okay from the second.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm okay from the second. I'm speaking from all of data.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say thank you and congratulations to our lovely senator. It's my family at Dabla. Okay, I just want to say one or two things with regard to what all you say about the Kinjor issue and all the activity in Cape Mount, including the local appointment that she was speaking of. I read in your talk, but my thinking is that she is not the only lawmaker over. But in my mind, is the senior or the oldest among those people. I may not know the age between she and Senator Taylor, but I guess she might be she is or she a little bit older than experience and hold her in higher rank in regard to that. So I'm appealing to her to help the to help talk to the other legislator, called Cape Mount, to help the executive with regard to the local appointment. And those will do good. First of all, she's ranking member of Unity Party,
Mm.
and she is a senator, one of the senators over there.
Okay.
Most of our representatives in the three districts, I know they are more younger. Because I can speak of them, I know the most younger, maybe with exception of 80 basic.
Okay.
Two from district one is this.
Thank
So
you.
I appeal to all to live with them, let the work in unity and help the legislature, the executive, the women, so they can speed all this appointment.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Hello, Comrade.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, how you come on, guy?
What's the name? Go ahead.
I'm Anna Kamara calling from AAC. And, Madam, the senator in the studio there with you with my auntie. I just want to recommend something to her. Auntie, how you doing? Are you hearing me?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm Anna Kamara from Damara.
Yeah, man.
Something I want to recommend about the Kinjor issue. You know, government, we went to school, but for all, we decided to forget about government. We are in different systems. But if anything, we got a little out there. That Kinjor in the home we keep mouth. Here where you were born. In fact, people know you in Olakone more than easy. Likewise, see what the investigation is going on. But for me, we were in that Kinjor there when that thing started. I know how that company works over there. That government, whatever you say over there is true. But why I don't want to the public and say, because of the integrity that I know you of. Because, for example, that I know you work with the government, and you the party government, not to the finance ministry. I don't go with the same.
Yeah, just go to the point quickly because we have other callers.
Go to the point. What I want to advise on is that Kinjor issue, we don't do the investigation. What we do, let us try to talk to our people. But the way that company came, everybody that can overcome what is happening there, including you, and trust me. You're a man how you talk to our people because of the kind of situation we found ourselves in. You're a man, some people. At least let the people be a little bit satisfied. But those guys, the agreement that was done from the initial stage, Mama, it is thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. We can take a call and go back to the senator. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's the name?
Am I live on URBC?
Oh, yes, you are live.
Okay, my name is Edwin G. Perry, and I do join you from Montserrat County, Electoral District number 1, Louisiana Community.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Let me say firstly a very big thank you to my senator in studio. But I want us to, delete this notion. The problem is not from the Turkish national. The problem is Jabba Allen, because he being the country manager between the Liberian people and that of the Turkish national, which is the government and the Turkish national, is supposed to do all things humanly possible that benefit from what they have on their land. But this may have been holding on a hostage. Imagine he was able to tell the House of Representatives that the least salary in Kinjor is $1,000, which of course is false and misleading. I think the background investigation will start from there. Even when you can go in Kinjor, you ask for a pay slip, a super a least pay person in Kinjor. That pay is now $1,000 US. So many the money been coming and he been cutting it on it, sending the people chicken change.
Well, you have no proof to that. You have no proof to that. But we have to end there and go to the senator. Senator, you listen to your people, you listen to the callers. Much more commendations for the work you do, but also concerns with regards to B Mountain again. You can respond to them.
Thank you very much, and thank you to all the callers. Like you said, most of the callers were commending us and congratulating me for my elections, because I think it's the first time on the show since after election.
Yep.
But Peter raised a very significant point, asking about Liberian mining their own mines. In response to that, I just want to say to establish these companies require huge capital.
Mm.
It required a lot. So to the extent that Liberians are not being able to come up with that, the capital, the organization, all of those, I will be one person that would be very glad if we can produce Liberian millionaires. But it just doesn't happen by sitting down and dreaming. It's about acting and starting small, starting a small business, maintaining, sustaining the business. You see, when you go in a region like Ghana, Nigeria, there are millionaires. How are they doing it? Liberians need to turn into business. Business is good, is better than employment. If you can manage a small business, you can manage a medium size. Then you can grow to the large one that will result into this kind of multi-million dollar establishment. It doesn't just happen by talking, it happens by working to achieve it. Harrison Chroma also called and complained about the treatment. These are the issues we are into. We are looking into having all of these things looked at. There will be investigation, like I said. And let me let you know that Gokiem and other affected communities are not excluded from the water facility that was announced yesterday at that meeting. The Internal Affairs Minister clearly stated that in the affected communities, and Gokia is one of those, Weju is one. So I think it is already included in our first action point that was instructed yesterday by the government's representative. Balakoba, thank you. Continue to pray so that we can continue to be strong to work with the other members of the caucus. Thank you, Jones of Banga. Yes, you, my son. I know you. Trust me. I will not make your shame. The color Harris from SKD Boulevard said we should do everything in the interest of Liberian its people. Count on us for that. We will try, we will push so that Liberia benefits from its deposit. Because, like I said from the beginning, these minerals get depleted, they finish. It doesn't grow back. At least science has not proven that it grows back. And when it's finished, only the holes will remain. So we are advocating so that the right benefit can come to the landowners, which is Cape Martinians, and the right amount of resources in terms of revenues, royalties come to the government of Liberia for development of this country. Mohamed Kamara from Rehefi, yes, let's start with the investigation. Let's start by holding the company feet to the fire to deliver on the obligations under the MDA. After that is achieved, the next point is to look at a in light of other existing MDA, in light of other best practices, what can be added. That can be negotiated on the table. Mr. Perry, this issue of Deba Allen is always the case. Even in Kinjor yesterday, everybody said Deba Allen, Deba Allen. So let's wait for the result of the investigation and see the action the government will take. Trust your caucus of Grand Cape County is standing up tall to ensure that the right things are done for our people and country. And let me clarify, somebody called and said the rest of the people are younger. I agree. I think age-wise, I don't know the age between Mark Bese and I. Maybe she's a few years older than me, but the rest of the other caucus members, I am their senior. And let me say here clearly that it may not seem that we are all bonded together. We only been in those positions for few, I think little over 2 months from
Yeah,
January 15.
yeah.
But we have been making efforts to be together because we know it is only with one voice that others will listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we advocating for Cape Mon and are going different way, Senator Taylor going different way, Mark Bese going different way, and Honorable Bintu going different way, those the Honorable Dosi going different way, nobody will take us serious.
Mm-hmm.
But when we go with one voice and we demonstrate one action in the interest of our country, other people will stop and listen. And let me let you know that beyond Cape Mon, we are thinking and dreaming Western Liberia. Because the issues in Cape Mon are not much different from the issues in Bomi. If you can recall, about a month ago, I raised issue with the Western Cluster, which covers the three counties, Bomi, Bapolu,
Mhm.
in Cape Mount. And the Senate took it seriously. The committee looked into the issue and they came up with recommendation. As soon as we get back, they are going to be invited and the results will be made known to them. These are things I want to do. So we are even working in the
To
region.
establish the
The
Western Region
Western
Legislative.
Region Legislative Caucus is our vision.
Okay.
And the vision is driven by experienced lawmaker, one time Speaker of the House, Honorable Tyler,
Mhm.
Honorable
Snow.
Connor,
Okay.
Honorable Snow, all the Western Region, Honorable Bane. So sooner or later, you will get statements from us. We'll be meeting. We'll put together an agenda for the Western counties. And that agenda will include issues of these concessions and the issue of our roles. What can we benefit from the concession in return to our minerals that are being taken away? So this is the kind of cohesiveness we want to bring to the table this time in the caucus. So you can rest assured that we are working with the other people and they are really, really energetic about it. There has been nowhere where issues happen that we didn't have my colleague from the lower house, Honorable Dosi, Honorable Besefeka, Honorable Bintu. Yesterday, some of them were absent because they are traveling. And I think I made that clear yesterday. But Honorable Feka was there, Honorable Dosi has been there, back and forth. So we will encourage that kind of cohesiveness and unity of purpose for the sole purpose of Cape Mount. And while I'm at this, let me send this message to our individual supporters. It will not benefit any one lawmaker. It will for us to politicize these issues. We are not going to election tomorrow. We are not going to election next year, not year after next. Let us tune down the political rhetoric and concentrate on what we can achieve together for the country. I know the BMRTT has generated so much energy, and I'm not surprised because our people know what is coming out of the country. And whenever we go to the country, the communities look depressed. It shouldn't be like that. When our people have opportunities, you will see vibrant return to our community. So let's work in unison. I know we all got our political side. That belong to the CDC. Some of us belong to the Unity Party. But we are not at election, as I say. When it comes to Cape Mount, let's put our voices together, put our energy together, and ensure that Cape Mount wins.
Well, Senator Vapila, I'd like to say thank you very much. Is what a way to end there, but I thank you very much for being on the Super Morning Show this morning. I hope you come regularly as always, and thank you for responding to the questions, to the hard questions, and delving into the issues as you understand it. But thank you very much for being on the show this morning.
Thank you also for the opportunity. I nearly didn't make it because when you called last night when I came from Kinjor, I already had a very terrible night. One of my main supporters and leader of my campaign since 2019, a young woman.
Mm.
I believe I'm older than her. She died yesterday in church. And by the time I woke up this morning, she's dead. That is so, so sad.
My deepest
Lofa
condolences.
Bridge is bereaved. Kula Kone is bereaved. Cape Mount is bereaved. And I am bereaved. But anyhow, I had to respond because I made a commitment. And thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Well, she's Senator Daba Vapila of Grand Cape Mount County. She's been my guest here on the show. You can join me tomorrow for another presentation of the Super Morning Show. Many thanks to Anthony Williams, who's been behind the camera. Bye bye. Keep listening to ELBC Radio.